Hello, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time watching, we are discussing in Ephesians chapter 5 man. Today we are discussing Ephesians chapter 5 man, leading with humility. Pain on Purpose presents Ephesians chapter 5 man, leading with humility. Ephesians chapter 5 verse 21. Submit to one another out of reverence for Christ. This verse sets the foundation for leading with humility by emphasizing mutual submission and humility in relationships. It calls believers to submit to one another, recognizing the value and worth of each individual. This mindset of mutual respect and consideration forms the basis for servant leadership. Ephesians chapter 5 verses 25 to 28. Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her to make her holy. In the same way, husbands ought to love their wives as their own bodies. This verse comes up a lot. The reason behind this is because it is so important for a husband to love his wife. It resembles how Christ loves the church, as said in the verse. This specifically addresses husbands and their role in leading their families with humility. It instructs husbands to love their wives sacrificially, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. This selfless love and sacrificial mindset demonstrate humility in leadership and prioritize the well-being and growth of others. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 4. Fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. While this verse directly addresses fathers, it provides insight into leading with humility within the family context. It encourages fathers to exercise their authority and leadership in a nurturing and instructive way, without provoking their children. This approach reflects humility by considering their children's needs and emotional well-being. Ephesians chapter 4 verses 2 to 3. With all humility and gentleness, with patience, bearing with one another in love, eager to maintain the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. These verses emphasize the qualities that should characterize our interactions and leadership within the community. Humility, gentleness, patience, and bearing with one another in love foster an environment of unity and peace. They showcase the servant-hearted attitude required for effective and transformative leadership. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 9. Masters, do the same to them, and stop your threatening, knowing that he who is both their master and yours is in heaven and that there is no partiality with him. While this verse pertains to masters and servants, it illustrates the principle of leading with humility and fairness. Leaders in the workplace, husbands within the home, or fathers of children are encouraged to treat their subordinates, wife, or children with respect and fairness. It acknowledges that true authority and judgment come from God, reminding leaders, husbands, or fathers to exercise their roles with humility and integrity. The book of Ephesians highlights the importance of leading with humility and embracing servant leadership. Through verses addressing husbands, fathers, and leaders within the community, Ephesians emphasizes the transformative power of humble leadership. By submitting to one another, sacrificially loving and nurturing those under their care, and fostering unity and peace, men can exemplify servant leadership, making a positive impact on their families, communities, and beyond. This is the end for today. Come back for the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thanks for watching.